Hi, good morning. We're here with Nicole Spencer from RMC Digital Print. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, let's just dive straight in. If you'd like to tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, for how long you've been doing it for, please.
So we are a trade printer. We deal most of the signage trade and also exhibition and set design, and we also provide into other printers. It's all live format stuff. So we've got two 5 metre wide printers, and we've got a 3 metre printer, and then a couple of smaller ones. We have been going nearly 10 years now. It's our 10th anniversary in October, and we were largely born out of a signage company, so that's why we mainly deal with the trade, because we understand signage companies.
So those 10 years you've been in business, obviously covered the pandemic time. What was the biggest impact of COVID-19 for you guys?
We shut for 6 weeks, and actually prior to COVID we had two 3.2 machines. And the first thing we did, I remember actually first day back, speaking to the directors, I was like, we need to buy a new printer. And they were like, what? But what we did is we sold the two 3 metre machines. We bought a new one that is, you can get the same output of the two because it's a lot quicker. And so although at the time it didn't feel like it would save us money, it has saved us money because of things like service contract, the amount of ink you're using, things like that. So that was something perhaps we wouldn't have taken the risk on. We probably would have stayed the way we were. But we decided that was a good thing to do for the future. And we were very quiet. We knew we'd lose money. We just sort of, some of our competitors did different things and sort of tried doing masks and all that kind of thing. But we just concentrated on what we do. Thought, okay, that's going to be a rough year. Let's just batten down the hatches. And get on with what we do best. And actually we came out the other side and we came back to work, and we've been busy since. So it has impacted us. And what we're now seeing, actually, some of our clients, they're struggling now. So we've had a couple of people that have ceased trading, and we're seeing some clients that we know are struggling. It was surprising how many of our exhibition clients kept going. Some of them had no work for like 18 months, not one job for 18 months, and they somehow kept going. So they're the guys you need to speak to, really, because I literally don't know how they did it. Very impressive.
Impact. So there's obviously that action that you've taken with the investing in the new printer, ongoing. Is that kind of going to be a positive impact that you could reflect on?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we're just at the moment we're looking into replacing one of our 5 metre machines with, again, something that's quicker, better quality, and also it's LED, so we'll get cost savings on the electricity. And we've just installed solar panels as well, so that should help with rising energy costs too. And also it is better for the environment. Again, the LED printer will be better for the environment to be using less electricity.
Excellent. So what does the future look like? Sort of, obviously, hopefully the pandemic's passed. How does the future look for you guys? And what do you see as the main challenges for yourselves going forward?
For us at the moment, it is that some of the companies are struggling. So we're doing work for companies, and we're a bit apprehensive about doing work for some of the companies that we're working for, but we worked for them a lot of years. So you don't want to start changing their payment terms or anything like that, but then you do worry that are they going to be able to pay you at the end of it? A lot of companies stretch themselves a lot. A lot of companies have taken on whatever work they could get coming back from the pandemic, which hasn't necessarily been the right work for them. For us, it's just really trying to build on our current client base. We were looking into the exhibition market and sort of growing in there just before the pandemic hit, but obviously that all closed. So that's something that we're concentrating on. We've been looking at more sustainable materials as well, and focusing on some of the more green credentials for us, because that's big within the industry. We've been looking at doing a take back scheme so we can recycle products for our clients as well, and really that's been our focus. Is looking into couple of other markets and just improving what we already do.
Sure. Okay, cool. So kind of moving on from the business aspects, as a business as a whole, for you personally, what would you say the biggest learning is that you've had since being a business owner?
I think for me, it's trying to not just learn I can't please all the people all the time. My personality is very much like that. I always try to make sure that everything's okay for everyone, and it isn't. It just isn't, and that's something that I've only really learned in the past couple of years, is that I just have to sort of think that, you know, everyone's not going to be happy all of the time, and you can't do that. One of the biggest things I've been doing myself is to focus on trying to bring people into the industry. So I've been doing quite a bit of work with Fespa UK on that, and also that we've done some work with Printing Charity, and we're concentrating on not just bringing people into the industry, but how we progress them. Because a lot, if you go into a school and say, what do you want to do? I don't think any of the kids are going to say be a printer unless they know a printer. A lot of them don't really even think about what is printed. You know, like the trainers are printed, your cooks printed. They just sort of think about business cards and flyers and things. So that's been a big challenge for us, and we found we take a lot of apprentices on, but even getting those apprentices is quite difficult. So that's a big personal focus for me.
Sure. Yeah, recruitment aspect is coming up quite a lot at the moment with many businesses. So it is a sort of big challenge, or a big learning to get your head around as how to achieve that in the best way possible. So it sounds like you're doing some good stuff there. What is the best advice if we were going to go back in time and meet an 18-year-old Nicole? What would a piece of advice that you would give Nicole at 18?
I think really maybe to learn what I've learned in the past couple of years. You can't please all the people all the time. So maybe just be, I don't know, maybe look after yourself a little bit better, and focus on what you want to achieve rather than what the people around you want to achieve.
Good advice. So is there anything at the moment that inspires you? So it could be friends, family, or your team in the business, that kind of thing, or even any podcasts or books you're reading, anything like
that? I'm quite lucky to be involved quite heavily with Fespa, which is the print association so it's a global print association, but we have a UK arm of it. And I get a lot of inspiration from the people around me. There's a lot of inspirational leaders there that are doing various different things, and it's great to actually just be able to pick up the phone or email someone and say, look, I've got this challenge. Have you had anything like it? How are you facing it? And that's been genuinely very helpful for me. Even recently as this year, I've got to know one of our competitors quite well, and prior to that we wouldn't have really spoken, because there's really only our two companies in the UK that do exactly the same thing, and through meeting with them we've actually discussed quite a lot of issues, because we have the same issues, and that's been really helpful. And I think it's good to have inspirational people around you that are similar to you, rather than always looking at people that I don't know, maybe like somebody who's famous or someone who's multi-millionaire. If you can see people who are maybe just a little bit ahead of you, or at the same stage as you, and draw from them, it makes it easier to do. It's more bite-sized, I suppose, and you can kind of look and think, oh yes, if I change this I could get to there, rather than looking at someone and thinking, oh wow, they're amazing, I'll never be able to do that.
No, I like that. I like that kind of inspirational opportunity that you feel that you can achieve, as you say, as opposed to having someone on a pedestal that you think, wow, how do you ever get there? But that's a real good share. Thank you for that. So any latest news around the business that you'd like to share, whether it be sort of offer or promotional wise, or just something that you're doing that you feel is worthwhile sharing with everyone?
I think really for us it's just talking about the new technology and new developments that we've got coming up within the business. and also that we are again running another apprenticeship program. So that's our main focus at the moment.
Fantastic. Great stuff. Thanks very much, Nicole. Most appreciated. Wish you all the best with the business.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
You're welcome.